Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Professor Dr. Sayyeda Azra Qamar, Professor of Zoology, Government College for Women, Sharai Liaquat, Karachi. Topic is deformities of skeleton. Chapter is support and movement. Class second year zoology. Lecture number 6. This lecture is related to the my previous lecture, human skeleton. Deformities of skeleton or the diseases of skeleton. What is deformity? A bone deformity is a bone that is not the in natural or the normal shape or size. It may also be positioned incorrectly, which causes poor position. Bones may become deformed for many reasons, such as genetic disorder. That means it due to the uh, disturbance in the gene. Hormonal disorder, that means the deficiency of the hormones. Nutritional disorder or the malnutrition, it is the deficiency for the nutrients or the vitamins in the food. Some other skeleton related diseases are cervical spondylosis. This is the dislocation of the cervical vertebrae. This is the disc slip. This is the dislocation of the vertebral column. Arthritis is the inflammation of the joints, and sciatica is the pressing of the sciatic nerve. These are the types. Genetic disorder. Many diseases of the skeletal system are genetic in the sense that they become evident at or soon after the birth. Most are caused by factor operating during the pregnancy, such as cleft lip or cleft palate, microcephaly, and osteoarthritis. The second diseases are hormonal disorders. Hormone fluctuation occurs naturally, such as in menopause. That means the low secretion or the deficiency of the estrogen in elderly women commonly cause osteoporosis disease. Next is the nutritional deficiency or malnutrition. Nutritional disorder is caused by an insufficient intake of food or of certain nutrients, by an inability of the body to absorb and use nutrients. Deficiency of specific nutrients is commonly associated with a disorder of the bones. The deficiency of vitamin D in particular decreases the absorption of calcium. Due to this, bones become soft, which causes rickets. This is a genetic disorder. Cleft lips and cleft palate means uh, cutting in the lips or cutting in the palate. Cleft lip and cleft palates, also known as orofacial cleft, is a group of conditions that include cleft lips and cleft palate and both together. A cleft lip contains an opening in the upper lip that may extend into the nose. The opening may be on one side or both side or in the middle. A cleft palate, it is when the roof of the mouth contains an opening into the nose. These disorder can result in feeding problem, speech problem, hearing problem, and frequent the air infection. What are the causes of the cleft palate and the cleft lips? During the first 6 to 10 weeks of the pregnancy, the bones and the skin of the baby's upper jaw, nose, and mouth normally come together or fuse together to form the roof of the mouth and the upper lip. The cleft palate happens when the part of the roof of the mouth do not fuse together properly. Cleft may be related to the genetic factors. Also, some environmental factors can increase the risk of a birth defect, such as taking certain medicine, not getting the right amount of the parental nutrients, exposure to some chemical during the pregnancy, smoking, cigarette, using drugs, drinking alcohol during the pregnancy. And what are the treatments of these diseases? The treatment is a surgery or the operation to correct a cleft palate is usually done when the baby is 3 to 6 months, and the operation to repair a cleft palate is usually done at 6 to 12 months. Feeding support, monitoring hearing. Baby born with cleft palate has a higher chance of affected hearing, speech and language therapy, and good dental hygiene. Next, this is also a genetic disorder. It is called microcephaly. Micro means small, cephaly means it is related to the head. Microcephaly is a condition where the head is smaller than the normal. Microcephaly caused by the genetic abnormalities or by drug, alcohol, certain viruses and toxins that are exposed to the fetus during the pregnancy and damage the developing brain tissues. What are the signs and symptoms of the microcephaly? The main feature of the microcephaly is the head size that is much smaller than the normal normal size of the head. Other signs and symptoms are the widely from child to child, poor weight and the growth, poor appetite, feeding difficulty with movement and balance, abnormal muscle tone, speech delay, mild to severe learning disability. Some children with microcephaly also have other medical problems such as very short build or dwarfism, facial deformities, and the vision and hearing problem or joint deformities. What are the causes of the microcephaly? It is the genetic mutation. Number 2 is the traumatic brain injury. Number 3 is the lack of oxygen to the brain or an infection in the brain. And the treatment, the children who don't have any problem other than a small head size will not need any treatment, but the children who have a problem with learning, speech or motor skills may benefit from physical therapy or to help to improve strength, movement and coordination, or occupational therapy to help build confidence performing day-to-day tasks, or speech therapy to help improve language, voice, and the psychological counseling to help with self-esteem and feeling about their medical condition. This is also a genetic disorder. It is called osteoarthritis. The osteo means it is related to the bone. Arthritis is the inflammation of the joints. Osteoarthritis is the most common form of degenerative joint disease and is a leading cause of disability about 50 years of age, that affecting millions of the people worldwide. It occurs when the protective cartilage, this is a cartilage, this is a knee joint, this is femur and tibiofibula, and this is a joint of knee which has a cushion of cartilage. It occurs when the protective cartilage, this is a protective cartilage, the cushions, the end of the bone wear down over time. Although osteoarthritis can damage any joint of the body, for example, it affects the joint of hand, knee, hip and spines. Osteoarthritis occur when the cartilage cushioning the joints break down or causes the bone to rub together, indicating a change in shape. Hips and knee are at high risk for developing osteoarthritis because they bear a large portion of the body weight and subject to everyday wear and tear. What are the symptoms? The symptoms is the stiffness, pain, soreness, What are stiffness? A common marker of osteoarthritis is stiffness or the hardness in the joint that is most pronounced first thing in the morning or after prolonged period of inactivity. Number 2 is the pain. Another common symptom is the pain in the joint that worsen during or after the movement. Now the soreness the joint may feel under the touch or with the slight pressure, and the treatment is the drug therapy is used to manage physical symptoms with a focus on relieving pain and slowing progression of the disease. Some commonly used medication include analgesic, pain reliever because they have few side effects. Analgesics are recommended for patients experiencing mild to moderate pain, or physical therapy is the most beneficial for the osteoarthritis. Now the next disease is the hormonal disease, which is called osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is a hormonal disease in which bone is deformed. It is the most common reason for a broken bone among the elderly women, especially in menopause, due to the deficiency of the estrogen hormones. Bones that commonly break include the vertebrae in the spine, the bones of the forearm or the wrist, and the hip bones become porous, weak, and breakable. What are the risk factors? The risk factors are age, being female, low body weight, low sex hormones or menopause, smoking, and some medication. This is osteoporosis bones. This is a normal bone. Porous means they have gaps or spaces. Under a microscope you can see the healthy bone look like a honeycomb. This will look like a honeycomb. When osteoporosis occurs, the holes and the spaces in the honeycomb are much larger in the than the normal or the healthy bone. Osteoporosis bone have lost the density or mass and contain abnormal tissue structure. As bone become less dense, they weaken and are more likely to break. Next is the rickets, which is called the nutritional disorder. It is a disorder caused by insufficient intake of food or of certain nutrients, by an inability of the body to absorb and use nutrients, or by overconsumption of certain foods. Deficiency of specific nutrients is commonly associated with the disorder of nutritional rickets. Rickets is the main disease of nutrition. It's a disease of childhood. It's a condition whereas in the bone soften and become poor to fracture and irregularities. Main cause of rickets is lack of vitamin D, but people can also inherit a certain type of rickets. Nutritional rickets, it is also called osteomalacia. It's a condition caused by vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin, is essential for the normal formation of bones and teeth and necessary for the appropriate absorption of calcium and phosphorus from the bowels. It occurs naturally in very small quantities in some food such as saltwater fishes or the cod liver oil. Vitamin D is also naturally synthesized by skin cell in response to sunlight exposure. It is necessary for the appropriate absorption of calcium from the gut. Infant and children most at risk for developing nutritional rickets, including dark skin infant, exclusively breastfeeder infants, and infants who are born to mother who are vitamin D deficient. In addition, older children who are kept out of direct sunlight or who have vegan diet may also at risk. Vitamin D is a fat soluble vitamin that regulates the absorption of calcium and phosphorus, as well as the facilitate the normal immune function. The vitamin are essential nutrients important for the strong bones. Vitamin D has two forms. uh, D2 obtained from the food and D3 obtained from the sun exposure. Vitamin D is produced by the body when your skin is exposed to sunlight, and you can also get vitamin D through the certain food and supplement. It's important to get enough of the uh, vital nutrients so you don't end up with vitamin D deficiency. Some sign and symptoms of rickets are bone pain and tenderness, bone head, bone that grows slowly, or the curved legs or bowed is the important symptom of the rickets. Bones that are soft and break easily, a large forehead or abdomen, an unusual shape of the ribs and breastbone, wide joints in the elbow and wrist, or dental cavities and irregularities. What are the food which are rich in vitamin D? The fatty fish such as salmon, beef liver, egg yolks, milk, orange juices fortified with vitamin D, fortified cereals, infant formula, yogurt fortified, and breads are most essential for obtaining the vitamin D. Next is the cervical spondylosis. I have told you before that there are some diseases which are other than the genetic, hormonal, or nutritional deficiency. Cervical spondylosis, as you know, the name cervical, this is related to the neck region, vertebrae of the neck region. A cervical spondylosis is a deformity of the joint between the two adjacent vertebrae, especially in a neck region or in cervical vertebrae. As the disc dehydrate and shrink, the sign of the osteoarthritis develop, including many projection along the ends of the bone, which is called bone spur. That is the extra growth of the bone, which is called the spur, which press the nerve emerging from the spinal cord. These are the nerves passing from the uh, vertebrae. Sometimes cervical spondylosis result in narrowing the space needed by the spinal cord and nerve roots that pass through the spine to the rest of the body. Cervical spondylosis is very common and degenerate with the age. More than 85% of people older than 60 years of age are affected cervical spondylosis. What are the symptoms? That typically include pain, stiffness in the neck or the hardness. If the spinal cord or the nerve roots become pinched inside the narrowing vertebrae. One common symptom is pain around the shoulder blade, numbness and weakness in arm and hands, lack of coordination and difficulty in walking. Some complain of pain along the arm, in the finger. The pain might increases when standing position or sitting position, sneezing, coughing, or tilting near the neck backward. Other common signs are the stiffness of the neck become worse, headache, and the numbness of the shoulder and the arms. What are the risk factor of the cervical spondylosis? The greater risk factor for cervical spondylosis is aging. Cervical spondylosis often develop as a result of changes in the neck joint or the disc outgrowth, or which is called the spur. What are the factors other than ages are neck injuries, work related activities that put extra strain on your neck, from heavy lifting, holding neck in an uncomfortable position for prolonged period or time, or repeating the same neck movement throughout the day. uh, Genetic factors, smoking, being overweight and inactive are the risk factor for the cervical spondylosis. Cervical spondylosis causes the bone and protective cartilage in the neck are prone to wear and tear, that can lead to cervical spondylosis. Possible causes of condition include the bone spur, dehydrated spinal disc, uh, or the injury uh, other than ligament stiffness, overuse. And what are the treatment for cervical spondylosis? Is the goal of treatment is to relieve the pain, help to maintain usual activities as much as possible. The rest, or the non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs, muscle relaxant drugs, therapy, wearing hard collar around the neck give relief in pain, which keep vertebrae apart, and pressure on nerve could be released. That means cervical spondylosis, in which two vertebrae of the cervical region come together or become narrow, or it press the spinal cord or the roots, which uh, which cause the pain and the numbness in the shoulder and the neck region. Next is the disc slip. Spinal column or the vertebral column, as you know, is made up of series of the bones, which is called vertebrae. Or it is divided by the region of the body. From top to bottom, the column includes the 7 bones in the cervical spine, 12 in the thoracic spine, and the 5 in the lumbar spine, which is followed by the sacrum and the coccyx at the base. These bones are cushioned by discs. These are the discs. The discs protect the bones by absorbing the shock from daily activities like walking, lifting, and twisting. Each disc has 2 parts. The soft part has a gelatinous inner portion and a tough outer ring. Injury or weakness can cause the inner portion of the disc to protrude through the outer ring. This is known as slip or the prolapsed disc, or it is called the disc slip. This causes pain and discomfort if slip disc compress one of the spinal nerves, which is passing from the neural canal, shows numbness and pain along the affected nerve. In severe instance, requires surgery to remove or repair the slip disc. What are the symptoms of the disc slip? The disc slip can be in any part of the spine. That means it can affect the lumbar vertebrae, or it can affect the thoracic vertebrae. So it can cause in any of the vertebra of the vertebral column, from the neck to lower back. The lower back is one of the more common areas for disc slip. Spinal column or the vertebral column is a complex network of nerve and blood vessels. The slip disc can place extra pressure on the nerves and muscles around it. What are the symptoms of the disc slip? It's a pain, numbness, most commonly on one side of the body, pain that extend to arm and legs, pain that worse at night or with certain movements, pain that worse after standing or sitting position, pain when walking for short distance, unexplained muscles weakness, or the burning sensation in the affected areas. And the causes of this disc slip is a slip disc occurs when the outer ring become weak or the torn and allows the inner portion to slip out. This can happen with age. Certain motion may also causes a slip disc. A disc slip out of place while twisting or turning to lift an object or lifting a very large heavy object can place great strain on the lower back, resulting in a slip disc. uh, what is the treatment? Bed rest will usually help to relieve the back and the leg pain. Non-steroid and anti-inflammatory medication can help to relieve the pain. uh, Physical therapy is one of the important therapy to maintain the disc sleep. Next is the arthritis. Arthritis is an inflammation or the degeneration of the joints. It can affect or joints or multiple, only a single joint or a multiple joints at a time. There are more than 100 different types of the arthritis with different cause and treatment method. Two of the most common methods or the types are osteoarthritis, or it is indicated by OA, and the rheumatic arthritis, the brief is RA. What are the symptoms? The symptoms are the pain, joint stiffness, swelling, redness and heat. What are the causes? Arthritis involves the breakdown of cartilage. Normal cartilage protect a joint and allows it to move smoothly. Cartilage also absorbs shocks when pressure is placed on the joint, such as when we walk. Without the normal amount of cartilage, the bones under the cartilage become damaged and rub together. This is causes swelling or inflammation or stiffness. Osteoarthritis causes cartilage. This become hard, slippery tissues that covers the end of the bones where they form a joint. To break down, rheumatic arthritis is a disease in which the immune system attack the joint, beginning with the lining of the joint, including the accumulation of the uric acid or the crystals which form when there is too much uric acid is found in the joints, or the blood can cause the gout. The symptoms are pain, stiffness, swelling, redness and the decreased range of motion. The treatment is included rest, occupational or physical therapy, exercise, drugs, sometimes surgery to correct the joint damage. Now the next is sciatica. Sciatica is a term which is used to describe nerve pain. This is the pelvic girdle and this is the femur. This is the sciatic vein, sciatic nerve. Pain in the leg that is caused by irritation and compression of the sciatic nerves. Sciatica originate in the lower back. That means it started from the pelvic girdle and goes to the down or travel down the leg. The symptoms of sciatica are commonly feel along the path of the large sciatic nerves. The sciatica is often characterized by one or more of the symptoms. Pain typically feel like a constant burning sensation or a shooting pain starting in the lower back and radiating down from the back to the thigh and leg or the feet. Numbness. Sciatic pain may be accompanied by numbness in the back of the leg, or sometimes it goes to the downward. One-sided symptom. Sciatic typically affects one leg. The condition often results in the feeling of heaviness in affected leg. Rarely both legs may be affected together. Posture induced symptoms are feel worse while sitting, trying to stand up, bending the spine forward, twisting the spine, lying down, and while coughing. The symptom may be relieved by walking or applying a heat pack over the rear pelvic region. Causes sciatica is a common symptom of several different medical conditions. However, estimated 90% of the cases are due to the slip disc. The spinal column is made up of three parts: vertebra, nerves, and the disc. This is actually the pressing of the nerve, sciatic nerve uh, due to the disc slip. The discs are made up of cartilage which is strong, and the material, the cartilage, acts as a cushion between the two vertebrae and allow the spine to be flexible. The discs occur when a disc is pushed out of place, putting pressure on the sciatic nerve. Lumbar spinal stenosis and the spondylosis and the tumor infection, other causes. These are the cause of the sciatic nerve. While sciatic is most commonly a result of a lumbar disc herniation, directly pressing the nerve and cause of irritation or inflammation of the sciatic nerve can produces the symptom of sciatica. Now the repair of the fractured bone. Bones are made up of living tissues. They are very strong, but due to some trauma or in a severe injury and weakening in old age, in which both fracture and dislocation takes place at the same time, a loose piece of the bone remains jammed between the end of the dislocated bone and may have to be removed surgically before the dislocation can be reduced. The broken bone is called fractured bone. Just after the fracture, the doctor is simply fix the bone with or without surgery. In case of compound fracture, in which bone is realigned by fixing a screw, rod or plate, fractured bones are wrapped under the plaster, and plaster is made up of plaster of Paris. For healing, immobilization must be longer than in a simple dislocation to permit the healing of the features. Chances for permanent stiffness or disability are greater than in uncomplicated dislocation or fracture. These are all about the deformities of skeleton. Thank you.